Several areas in USA, June 25, 2024.
Yeah, it's propane.
Fence post.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I would say this drought.
The Rapidan Dam in south-central Minnesota suffered a partial failure on Monday, June 24th. The White House on the edge of the Blue Earth River has since fallen into the river.
Need help? We can't get that dog down.
Claude and I canoed right up to the front door here. She says she's gonna throw up. It smells.
And officials say they are now concerned about a nearby bridge after erosion has worsened. If there is a full collapse of the dam, county leaders say the river could rise another 2 feet or so.
I'd say it's down probably at least. Pretty sure I was living in the lowest part of Spencer.
There is a levee system protecting the city, and officials are confident it will hold up. Officials say the bridges spanning County Roads 33 and 90 are being closely monitored for debris passing downstream and may be closed if needed. Xcel Energy says it has been fortifying several other facilities downriver with sandbags and barriers to protect them if the dam becomes compromised and reaches the substations. Hundreds of people were without power on Monday night. Xcel says it restored power to about 600 homes and businesses near the dam around midnight. Meanwhile, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz described flooding across much of the state as catastrophic, saying that heavy rainfall and overflowing lakes left entire communities under feet of water. In Waterville, a town situated between Lakes Tatanka and Sakata about 70 miles south of Minneapolis, officials said flooding was the worst it had ever been in the area's recorded history. Walz declared a peacetime emergency for Minnesota, allowing the Minnesota National Guard to deploy to assist in the state's response to the weather.
Way back there you can see a playground in a park that is completely underwater.
The emergency proclamation said that Waterville, in LeSueur County, had been hit with between 14 and 18 inches of rainfall that caused water levels in the 2 surrounding lakes, as well as the nearby Cannon River, to rise to uncontrollable levels. Residents of the area were evacuated as flooding caused significant damage, the proclamation noted. In northwest Iowa, 13 rivers flooded the area, said Eric Tigges of Clay County Emergency Management.
The entire parking lot is underwater.
Look at this.
Got a few things.
Entire neighborhoods and at least one entire town were evacuated, and the Iowa town of Spencer imposed a curfew Sunday for the second night in a row after flooding that surpassed the record set in 1953.
You can't see the cars.
When the flood gauge is underwater, it's really high, Tigges said at a news conference organized by Spencer officials. Government Kim Reynolds declared a disaster for 21 counties in northern Iowa, including Sioux County. In drone video posted by the local sheriff, no streets were visible, just roofs and treetops poking above the water. In South Dakota, Governor Kristi Noem declared an emergency after severe flooding in the southeastern part. Several highways were closed. Areas south of Sioux Falls, the state's largest city, had an estimated 10 to 15 inches of rain over 3 days, National Weather Service hydrologist Kevin Lowe said. Several rivers, including the Big Sioux, James and Vermilion, were expected to peak sometime Monday through Wednesday night, the governor said at a news conference. Emergency management officials in the small South Dakota community of Dakota Dunes on Sunday issued a voluntary evacuation order for the area's roughly 4,000 residents. Dakota Dunes is near the Nebraska and Iowa borders and is sandwiched between the Missouri and Big Sioux rivers, both of which are expected to crest in the coming days. Emergency management in Dakota Dunes warned residents that a mandatory evacuation could come quickly if flood barriers are breached. National Weather Service meteorologist Donna Duberg said parts of northern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, southern Minnesota, and northwest Iowa received 8 times the typical average rainfall. And more heavy rain is expected in the week ahead. In Waterville, parts of the city were very literally underwater on Monday morning, and resident Lonnie Romild said he'd heard the forecasts predicting even more rainfall. A state of emergency was in effect for the area, where as much as 18 inches of rain fell over the weekend. National Guard troops were expected to arrive Monday to and help residents cope with the rising floodwaters. Minor to moderate flooding was expected along the Missouri River, according to officials with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The Minnesota Department of Transportation advises motorists that several roads remain closed in south-central and the southwest corner of Minnesota due to flooding caused by heavy rains. Additionally, the Highway 99 Minnesota River Bridge at St. Peter will close due to flooding on the Minnesota River. The historic Highway 99 truss bridge will remain closed until water has receded and the bridge can be inspected for safety. Highway 99 motorists will be detoured to LeSueur County Roads 21, Golf Course Road, 18, Shanaska Creek Road, and Highway 22.